Biafra, recovery, Macaria Mano, Mafi Bonacho, Biafra, recovery, Caria Mano, Mafi Bonacho, Biafra, recovery, Macaria Mano, will go. Mafi Bonacho, Biafra, recovery, Caria Mano. Dinta Jaravia, Ganabugabaya, Wemanadica, Dinta Jaravia, Ganabugabaya, Ogano Churi, also coach, but an obagati tin, no. Ogago Churi, also coach, but an obagati tin, no.
Thank you for joining me, Darlene. You're the first to.
Brother Masikwala, Makine, Sika, Kiweli, Siki, Robasabo. Yes, Madam Makiwel and the
Thank you. A former troops. Recent K. Carlo. Hit the like button, share. Thank you. Amechi, is your God.
My favorite natural Biafra, Rocoboria, Cariamano. My favorite natural Biafra, Rocoboria, Cariamano will go. My favorite natural Biafra, Rocoboria, Cariamano will go. One name Bianara Biafra, Bianara, here where they give my brother. Senator Bianara Biafra, Governor Bianara Biafra, Associate Bianara, Abataya, here where they give my brother. Oh, Anile. Yala omo Biafra, kanikele tukoki. Asimo wanile, yala omo Biafra, kanikele tukoki. Onye furo no dibo, wezi aye maze namo dikala dike. Obiago we tobo.
Telephone to me say, yeah, there will be no election in 2027. A post from Dele Farron to me is just popping up. He said there will be no election. I don't know if you know Dele Farron to me. He said there will be no election in 2027. The zoo has collapsed. The zoo is gone. It's gone. So somebody should tag Ken Okonkwo, tag Andy Okeke, tag them, tag all the Fulefus, tag them. Let them know that Biafrans, we never subscribed to live in bondage. We didn't subscribe. And even though our forefathers, our parents didn't have the strong and tough will to resist to the end, to resist to the last man standing, this generation haven't gone through the thick and thin because we were born into it. We have resolved never to allow that bondage to consume us. Never, never, never. This is not Nollywood. We're not acting film. We don't have time to replay, cut and join, rehearsal. No, 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 no. We are facing it headlong, and we're going to end it even now.
Ndom sina chuku akarakam sina chuku aburu Victoria Mankwa. Ndom sina chuku akarakam sina chuku aburu Victoria Mankwa. Afamolugo Ndembya kene nambole kolon webugo. Mami movya kene ndembya kene nambole kolon webugo. Nama Anyala wala nala unke kwera ina. Anyala wala nyaga wala nala unke chupu kasiranye. Ala Biafra Obatoma Biafra Sisele Obatoma Biafra chinyere weruge ke chinyere ha wetegidala hemere mmebu. Biafra chinyere werika henyere ha weledala hemere mmebu. Akukarika wanye murunwa nkene wegara o. Ogago gora usa Haga mata ulala Biafra paraha. Ogago gora usa o. Kaga mata ulala Biafra paraha. Toma Yes and oh yeah. Igwe butuza biago Agone temba biago Dogu nechile
Butuzo
mo Agone temba biago Dogu nechile Mwachina mareju.
Looks like people didn't get
Ambassador of Peace. Yadumaka Oberenwa High Priest. One neighbor Joseph, Samuel of the Old. Oberenwa Chineke Tremano. Kaka Nwa Jehovah. Yadumaka Zuma Rock. Oshekebo Rock. Asika Chukwu Kabiama Nedu Ane Janalata. Naha Chukwu Kabiama.
Anyway, I don't want to waste time. It looks like the network did not send the notification to people, even though it looks like, I think Biafra Unite is live, probably. Some people will have to watch this later. So the links are there. If anyone wakes up or you get the link to join me, fine. Otherwise, I will just play the videos I have here, and then I will say a few things I have to say on them, and I will leave it there for you to view them later. Yeah, I want to first of all play the video I played in the morning, because now I think it's going to be better. Now it's going to be better. I think, okay, what do I have here? Dandimbunandegede. He sent me, okay. I think she's live, probably. Is she live? Okay. Dandimbunandegede is also live. Everybody is live at the same time. Yeah, I understand now. So, okay, it's all right. We just have to do this very quickly, and I will leave it there so people can watch. Those that are watching other places can watch this one later. I understand the reason why, we are, not getting, people are not being notified, or especially on Raf Chamaka TV, notification is very slow there. All right. Anyway, I will go quickly. I have two videos to play. First of all, play this one, the one we had in the morning, and then I'll play what Kenneth Okonkwo, the interview he granted in support of Nnamdi Kanu. You understand that this guy, he thinks he's in a movie theater. He's an actor. I remember the very first time I met Kenneth Okonkwo on a movie set. The very first time I met him, that was after the saga between him and the daughter of my pastor then, because I was a member of Christian Pentecostal Mission. How many of you remember Christian Pentecostal Mission? Reverend Dr. O. Ezekiel and his wife, Dr. Mercy Ezekiel. I was a member of that church then. When we were in church one day when Kenneth Okonkwo came to church, then I have not joined Nollywood. I was still, in Mushin then, doing something else. Kenneth Okonkwo came the very first time to church, and he was welcomed. And before you know what's happening, he got into a ceaseless romance with the only child of Reverend Dr. O. Ezekiel. And before you say Jack Robinson, they got married, and everything. The marriage was, was the talk of the town. But eventually the marriage didn't work. Probably he had his own. Well, I think when I met him, I spoke briefly with him, because then he was a pastor. He was ordained a pastor because they could marry the girl. They had to make him go through a Bible school, and then he, got married to the girl, and then the marriage had all the issues. They couldn't cope, and they broke up. He was out of the movie scene for a long time. I finished what I was doing then in Lagos, in Mushin. Then I joined Nollywood in the early 2000. I joined Nollywood, and then on a movie set, we did one movie together. It was in one movie with him. What was the title of that movie? I've forgotten. Some of these movies, they give them a working title. So when I met him, then he was a very quiet, man. He was a pastor, and then he was still acting then, because he had stopped acting because they asked him to stop acting before he could marry the girl. And when the marriage did not work, he now went back into acting. And then I now asked him a question. I said, "You're a pastor now?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Well, how do you cope as a pastor? Maybe, you are given a scene to act, to kiss, or to play love scene. How would you cope with it, being a pastor?" He said, "Being a pastor will not stop you from acting. You're playing your role. All you do is you come to the movie set, you do all you are asked to do, and you go without even thinking or pondering about it." He was a very quiet guy then. I never knew, that he would later become, what he is today. Because after that was when he now went into law school, and then today he's a lawyer. He has gone into many things. But what I'm trying to say today is that this freedom we're talking about, the Biafra freedom, it's not like Nollywood. It's not something you go into, you rehearse, and then come back, and then the director will say, "Cut, join," and that. No, it's not. This is a real life. It's not a make-believe. Because Kenneth Okonkwo has been used to a make-believe life. He has been used to a make-believe life. Something that is not real. something that, you know, you can act very well. You act, you make it look like it's real. You make it look like it's real, but eventually it's not real. So that is their approach he is bringing into so many things. And I see him as somebody who wants to always be in the limelight. Remember, in the movie, he plays lead roles in movie. So he wants to be in the lead role. So that is why when you saw him from jumping to eulogize Buhari, there was the time this guy told everybody that Buhari was the savior. Even though people knew how terrible Buhari was. This guy, because he wants to be in the front line, you know, he told people Buhari is the man, APC is the party. With all his energy. When he's saying it, he says it with all its energy and passion. You know, as manipulative and deceptive and criminal, terrorist-oriented APC was and he still is. This man was fronting APC, you know. And the reason why I believe he went into law is to learn more how to make the make-believe life look real. That's exactly what, you know, his life has always been. And so coming to respond, somebody just made a comment. He said I should leave, this Kenneth Okonkwo issue and whatever. Well, everybody must not talk about the same thing at the same time. So people are talking about other things. So we diversify these topics, okay? If you are not enjoying it, you don't like this, you're not the one that put it inside of me. So if you don't like it, you can go and watch something else. There's a reason why we expose some of these things. And for the fact that there are so many people with his kind of mentality, so many people, you know, because they want to get something and they don't go where they don't gain anything. For Kenneth Okonkwo, the life of sacrifice is not, you know, it's not worth it. You can't make sacrifice. No, you can't sacrifice for something. It is, you have to hustle. You have to be in the front. If there is no way you can put yourself in the front, you can even sabotage, you can even lie, you can even deceive, you can even manipulate to be in the front. Just to be in the front. By hook or by crook, just be in the front. Even if that front that you are on or where you are is not something that was last the test of time. Just be there for the camera, you know, just for the camera. His life is a life of camera, just for the camera. Be in the front, red carpet, let them video you, yeah, Nollywood, let everybody see you, you know. That's why you see him when he's talking his oratory, he's catching cruise. But Biafra is not about catching cruise. Biafra is real. Biafra is real because of Biafra, more than 5 million innocent souls has been, you know, laid down. More than 5 million people, more than 5 million lives have gone for this. Some of them, they were ready to give their lives for it because they sacrifice that they made to be free. But for you, you just want to have something on a platter without doing something tangible for it. And I can hear him, you know, accusing Peter Obi. Peter Obi is not ready to make sacrifice. No, look, if you want to sacrifice, sacrifice for what is worth it. Give your life for what is worth it. Is Nigeria worth it? Those that have given their lives for Nigeria, where are they today? Eh? What does Nigeria give to you after you have given your life for her? Who remembers you? Today we are remembering our heroes past. We were passionate about them because they didn't die in vain. But anyone that dies for Nigeria, he died in vain. Do you understand? Yes, I saw the news. I saw the news. You know, these are people that will not, you know, they want everything easy. They just want to be in the limelight. Bianco Juku accepted a post with Tinubu. You know, anybody that opened their mouth and asked for Nnamdi Kanu freedom, and then they come and offer you something in the government that is holding Nnamdi Kanu offers you a place and you grab it. we have a record and we have a place for you. Believe you me. We have a record for you and we have a place for you. So you are now using Nnamdi Kanu as a bargaining chip. You use Nnamdi Kanu as a bargaining chip. You talk about him, and they come and say, keep quiet. They give you something, you collect, and you keep quiet. Or you just say, just to mention it, Nnamdi Kanu, but in reality, you are not ready for him to be free. You don't even want him to be free because his freedom will cost you any position that you want to enjoy in the zoo. But one thing you fail to realize is that that zoo you are looking at today, you will see them no more. It will come crumbling. It will crash. It's just a matter of time. Believe you me, it will crash. So while I'm laying emphasis on Kenneth, it's so that you understand the kind of life, he is, into. And people like him, the kind of life they're into, they're not real. They're not real. For us, we may not have anything today, and we will still fight with all our soul, with all our hearts for Biafra, because we know Biafra is everything we need and everything we want to be. But these ones, when they hear that Nigeria will go after you, they will kill you. If you say Biafra, you become enemy of the state. Already Nigeria is your enemy. So why are you afraid to be tagged enemy of the state? A state that is already in enmity with you. So making it official that you are enemy, does it make any difference? Because already they are in enmity with you. You don't benefit anything from them. You have been sidelined. If it is possible to put an end to you today, they will do it because already you are a stumbling block on their way. They want to stop you. They want to exterminate you. So when you see a man like Kenneth who is jumping from here to there, from Nollywood to this, from that to that, and then from Buhari to Atiku, from Atiku to P2B, from P2B now he wants to look for a way to be on his own because P2B could not get him that thing he's looking for. What are you fighting for? You see him, it seems as if you want to speak the truth, but it's a lie. Very far from the truth. Very, very far. You will find it out now. I have 2 videos of him. Let's play the first one, which we already, try to analyze in the morning, and then the second one, which is a bit longer, and maybe we'll dwell more on that. Let's go. Do I have that video here ready? Okay, I do. All right. At least now I'll be able to say something about this video. Let's go. I have put the link. Anyone that wants to come in, you can come in when you please.
Over this. Well, first of all, we must understand that war in itself is a display of anarchy. When you talk about war, that is lawlessness at its peak. So when you say you are fighting war to keep Nigeria one, no. You fought the war as a manifestation of your incompetence in the management of the crisis that was then part of Nigerian history. And let me explain what I mean. Before independence, the colonial power, Britain, they kind of brainwashed the Nigerian people to maintain their ethnic cleavages, and they needed to make Nigerians live in that disunity so that they could continue their colonization against Nigeria. So they made the North, for instance, to believe that being educationally disadvantaged, they should not rush into independence because of the likelihood that they will be dominated by the more advanced southern Nigeria. And the North bought into that. And that was why we were delayed from 1954 to 1960. But the actual thing is that Britain just wanted more time to dominate Nigeria. So after independence, that mindset that the South is likely to dominate them remained. And the North was always at every slightest chance, reminding the South that we did not intend to be one country with you because we are suspecting your domination. But the 1966 military coup, pure military coup, has nothing to do with ethnicity or anything, even though people who organized it were predominantly from one ethnic group. But that reinforced the belief by the North that these people, we said it, they want to dominate us. And then they carried out a revenge coup in 1966 July, which was meant actually to separate from Nigeria, not to keep Nigeria one. But the Britain also reminded them that the resources are in the East. So if you leave Nigeria, we are going to support the East. So you better run down that you have acquired power to maintain Nigeria as one. And that made them to have a rethink. And by that time, a lot of Igbos, for instance, have been killed during the pogrom, during the massacre. So there was an entrenched suspicion between the ethnic groups. And this led them to go to Aburi for a conference, and they reached agreement. And it was still Gowon who came back and reneged on the agreement.
Now, this guy is laying foundation. And why is laying foundation and talking about Igbos and what happened to them? He's just saying it as if it is story, as if it doesn't bother him that a lot of Igbos had been killed. And then, you know, a lot of things happened, and this led to go to Aburi. Now, why did they kill Igbos? Why are they targeting Igbos? The resources are in the East. Why? That means the lives they killed them because of resources. And these people are supposed to be your people that were massacred and were killed like this. So you are just saying it as like it's history. You understand? It doesn't really touch you, doesn't bother you so much. You know, Igbos were killed. And they told them that if you leave, you will not benefit anything because the resources is in the... Who do these people this thing? You see, you know, normally you would be asking yourself question, why is it that we have always been the target? Why is it that we are the ones that have been suffering the most? Why is it that it is our people that is dying? And up till now, we're still dying. And the problem is still being put on us. And as far as the recent one that happened under your nose, the recent one that happened under your nose, you people went into election that the Igbos under Biafra rejected it. You saw the people that registered for that election. Over 24 million, like they claim, from the Southeast. And in the proper election, not up to 4 million came to vote. They didn't want to be a part of it. They rejected it. But yet, you went into the election. And at the end of the day, you were supposed to have been the one that won. Even though you officially in the Southeast or Biafra land, election didn't really take place. But yet, they are attacking your people. They are killing your people. They destroy your businesses. They are saying that you must go. They are threatening your lives. Every time it has always been like that, like that, like that. And you are talking about these things as if it is a normal thing. You think we subscribed to live in bondage? No, do you really think we subscribed? We signed paper and said, you know, even if they kill us, we will still come back and we will, you know, amend and join them and beg them to be part of them. Are you normal? Are you mad or something? Eh? Oh my God. Let's allow him to come to read. Thank you, Cornelius. Thank you for joining me.
Which inevitably led to the bitter war. And after the war, Gowon declared again, no victor, no vanquish, and promised to reconcile, rehabilitate, and reconstruct the Southeast, which he failed again to do. So all the available opportunities for him to make Nigeria one and consolidate that unity, he was not able to do. But let us make one point clear, that after a while, when he himself was thrown away, by some of those his colleagues. That was when maybe he recognized that what happened in 1966 was a military coup and not any ethnic coup, because he himself was thrown away by the same military people. I wonder which terminology we use to describe the ones who threw him away. But one thing is clear. After that, it looks as if he went into theology, had a rebirth, and he came back and genuinely went through our Southeast apologizing and asking for forgiveness.
Can you believe this? Can you just believe this? A man that committed genocide, a man that you have obviously said he renegated on the agreements at Aburi, and you are saying that he genuinely, how did he genuinely, that even after the whole thing, up to recent times, he's still saying that he did the right thing, that he did the right thing to keep Nigeria one. He renegated on an agreement, and because of that, over 5 million people lost their lives. And he's still up to now saying that he did the right thing. And the people are congratulating him. They are happy that he did it. Britain are happy for him. And you're saying he genuinely, are you listening to yourself? Can you even hear yourself? Eh? Can you hear yourself? This is not acting. This is not a script.
To describe the ones who threw him away. But one thing is clear. After that, it looks as if he went into theology, had a rebirth, and he came back and genuinely went through our Southeast apologizing and asking for forgiveness for his role in the Civil War. And we know that though the Southeast has been marginalized and ill-treated in that war, which was not caused by them, we know that Gowon has tried to make certain types of penance. We should forgive each other because hostilities need not last forever. So I can submit respectfully that ethnic chauvinism, the youthful exuberance of the military young chaps that took over government, who were actually very impressionable at that age, their inability to manage the crisis contributed in the disunity that resulted.
I don't know, is this thing skipping?
And he came back and genuinely went through our Southeast apologizing and asking for forgiveness for his role in the Civil War. And we know that though the Southeast has been marginalized and ill-treated in that war, which was not caused by them, we know that Gowon has tried to make certain types of penance. We should forgive each other because hostility. So I can submit respectfully that ethnic chauvinism, the youthful exuberance of the military young chaps that took over government, who were actually very impressionable at that age, their inability to manage the crisis contributed in the disunity that we must learn to forget and to forgive so that we will move ahead as one united Nigeria. I remember what Ojukwu said when he came back from exile. He said, we have fought one civil war. We don't need to fight another one. And he is going to go to war to fight if Nigeria is ever threatened again. And I stand by that.
Do you know that this guy is obviously and blatantly lying? Obviously and blatantly lying. That Ojukwu said he was going to go to war if anybody, does anything against Nigeria. Dimo Dimego Ojukwu. Do you know Ojukwu is not just our eternal leader for nothing. He's our eternal leader because he believed in the freedom of Biafra till the very last day he breathed on this earth. He believed in the freedom of Biafra. He believed that one day Biafra will be free. And that is why even up till the last time, he was still calling and crying, let my people go. Let my people go. And you are here lying lying on him that he said he will fight. Fight who? Who will he fight? So that's hey, Ojukwu was alive when Wazirike began Masob. Why didn't he fight Masob? Ojukwu was alive when Nnamdi Kanu picked it up from Wazirike. Why didn't he fight Nnamdi Kanu and shut him down? You must be out of your mind. You must be seriously out of your mind. Listen to him again.
Crisis contributed in the disunity that resulted in the civil war. We must learn to forget and to forgive so that we will move ahead as one united Nigeria. I remember what Ojukwu said when he came back from exile. He said, we had fought one civil war. We don't need to fight another one. But he is going to go to war to fight if Nigeria is ever threatened again. And I stand by that.
That if Nigeria is ever threatened again, that he will go to war. With who? Which army will go with him from Biafra? Can you imagine how this guy? I'm telling you.
Nigeria being the hope of the black man. Nigeria being the hope of Africa. Nigeria being blessed and in our enlightened self-interest. The capabilities and blessings of Nigeria will be better harnessed.
Where is the blessings? Please, can somebody help me out? Where is the blessings of Nigeria? Nigeria being blessed, Nigeria capabilities and all that. Wow, I'm happy that Chooks, you are here. Honestly, maybe I need somebody to help me. This guy is just... Let me allow him to finish this line because the part he said that actually provoked me. Let him finish it.
That he is going to go to war to fight if Nigeria is ever threatened again.
Hey.
And I stand by that. Nigeria being the hope of the black man. Nigeria being the hope of Africa. Nigeria being blessed and in our enlightened self-interest. The capabilities and blessings of Nigeria will be better harnessed if we come together, live together under one united Nigeria. Nigeria based on equity, unity, peace, and justice. Nigeria will achieve its aims. I support the opinion that we should move ahead now as one united Nigeria, and I'm willing to fight if Nigeria is threatened. Let me point out that...
Did you hear that? This Imbe, he said he is willing to fight if Nigeria is threatened. So you see the mindset of people that have tied their umbilical cords with a dilapidated Nigeria, with a hopeless situation, that he is willing to fight if Nigeria is threatened. Now, which other kind of threats are you waiting for? When are you going to raise your army to fight those that have threatened Nigeria? Because right now we have told you that Nigeria will never rise again. Right now we've told you, now look at the water we're giving to them in Biafra land. Since you have sworn to fight, we have threatened Nigeria and we are telling you that Nigeria haven't destroyed our people, continue to kill our people. We will never allow the presence of Nigeria in Biafra land again. Never. And that is why anyone that subscribes to this bondage, which you have refused to remove yourself from, we will count them as those that have threatened our survival, and we will go after them. Can you believe it? My brother, you are welcome.
There you go. There you go. You just touched the sensitive part now. He said you should know him. You said until he removed himself from the bondage, and that goes to even connect him to the real person he is. You forgot he is the living in bondage. He's the man that lives in bondage.
Yes.
And he is still willing to live in the bondage.
Hey.
His principal, Peter Obi, and himself, they have advocated to continue to live in bondage. And you can see that some persons that once was with them. You know, remember Lisa, the albino girl?
Yes, yes.
She is all over the social media now, questioning the intentions of P2B in the 2023 selection they called election. That it's like P2B deceived them because he can't understand what on earth P2B was thinking to go, to embrace the same persons that took over 3 million lives of his own brethren. And these were the same brethren of his that were busy, they were ready to sacrifice their businesses all over the country to have him into office. And you remember P2B was the one that told, with this Kenneth, that told the Igbo people that they are going to, address this one, but they are not desperate. It's not do or die. This one, they are not desperate. Do you know that this man trying to force what he is into himself, this Kenneth Okonkwo, finally manifested whom he was, the same way his paymaster. That desperation, they said they are not desperate. That is what they have continued to manifest.
Exactly.
Otherwise, tell me why P2B, who never visited North before his ambition, is now in all the local governments in the northern states, northwest, northeast, building borehole, building, and you ask, say, P2B, what happened? Is it today now you know where those areas are? You are not desperate. But Kenneth Okonkwo, the man that have decided that he must, but it's not with Biafran people. He will live in bondage, but not with us. It is his right to live in bondage. We are not going to deny him that. After all, some people so it's not our own duty to stop them from Ecuador. So it's their decision. But he should not bring it to us. He should, I'm sure he has some children now. He has a wife. Him and his kinsmen that want to live in bondage, they should go ahead and live in bondage. Yes, it's allowed. It's allowed. So, but when you look at this man trying to tell you, when he like to, show his eloquence, he's always trying to force that eloquence of that political eloquence. He want to show, that's one thing he want to always. These things are not forced. These things are not forced. If you see in that their campaign team, there is this man we call Dele Farotimi. You know him?
Yes. Dele Farotimi just made a post like 3 minutes ago now. He said that there will be no election in 2027.
Because that is the man that is sincere in that campaign team. The way he supported P2B is not with any interest. He don't even want to be in the government. He is a very free-minded human being that just wants the just to be done.
Yes, yes.
But you see this one they call this desperado because he's a very desperate man, you see here. Kenneth Okonkwo.
Yes.
If you remember his political antecedents, and that is why he has continued to fail.
Yes. And he will fail. He was in bondage, and he will continue to fail until the very end.
That is why even his principal that is doing this thing now, if not for Ojukwu, PDP rejected P2B. I know some of you were we were in the system before we saw there's no way. PDP rejected him, and he came over to present his manifesto. Using some people to come to Ojukwu. Then Ojukwu saw his blueprint and then said it was beautiful. I think these are almost 87 of his items. His roadmap, is consistent with that of Ojukwu. So Ojukwu felt amongst all the party men he met, this one has the vision that tallies with his. So he begged. Ojukwu had problem with Apga because of this man. He has been a betrayer. So he's a serial betrayer, not today. This P2B I'm talking about. Ojukwu had people that built the Apga with him. They felt betrayed. They felt angry, but being him whom he was, they knew Ojukwu never meant bad. They knew Ojukwu never meant bad for one day. This is the record that human being keep. Look at him. The Apga he met. That moment it wasn't satisfying his selfish interest. He quitted Apga. That P2B I'm talking about. These are the group of interlopers, inconsistent fellows. Look at Kenneth Okonkwo. He jumped from here. Oh, Buhari is the best human being. The Igbo people that don't want it can go to hell.
I'm telling you, I remember when he was all over the place for Buhari. All over.
Okay. But our people sometimes have short memory. Oh, they will clap for him. Oh, Kenneth Okonkwo speak grammar. He speak grammar. You can see. I say, oh, God, calm down. This man doesn't really make too much sense. You know the man they call Patrick Obiagbo? The Edo senator then. You don't remember Patrick Obiagbo?
Yes, Patrick, yes.
That would be killing fly in the name of trying to speak grammar. You don't help anybody. That you go to cram something does not make you flow. When you have something, it comes from inside you. Don't need to use any jargon from anywhere. You flow. You need to, when you have anything to, you don't need to crack and, to impress anybody. When you see people who are genuine, they make, Kenneth Okonkwo doesn't make any more sense. Yes, during the campaign, Peter Obi had to shine. The Messiah that the Biafran people, know was like, there was rumors, the DOS that worked. Ikenga confirmed all this things. So I was sending them to you.
Yes. I said I was going to study it. Maybe we'll use it.
Yes, you study it later. Then when you tally it with the program where he was responding, the voice, because it's only chat that I was showing you. I had to bring the chat. I told you I must get it.
Yes, you tried.
He confirmed. Yes, he said there that they cashed out, that we should continue to disturb ourselves, that the cash flow, he showed with symbol, then he typed also, cash flow, he had to join. He said, make your cash and jump out of the useless movement.
You don't mean it.
So when it is time for this Biafra, this is not the time for the real Biafra, that he is a potential politician. He typed it with his name, with that Kenga, what do you call it? Kenga exposition something that he's using now. Official, that is official page that he's using. That's what he typed. People finish him in my broadcast there. That you are really devilish. They call his own is these guys really made money. And he said that why China Sangoru will not do anything to him. While anybody who like Paul Achebe, you were eulogizing the other day, why none of them, if anybody tried to question him in the IPOB they follow, the persons will be suspended by Chika Dozie and China Sangoru. And I asked him why. Said he is the man that lead the contact. Not this is after all about selfishness to them.
So it was actually Ikenga that negotiated with the governors and all those people to
through this Afonso Nnewi that just kicked the bucket.
Yes, that passed away. It was him,
and he was even trying to tell me.
Ikenga knows how much everybody collected.
Of course. I told him, does it mean you don't have conscience? Does it mean you don't regret your actions? Or, he was like, I said that this guy, this is really evil. But we can forgive you, but we must punish you if you are ready to, subpedal, even though you have collected money. We can forgive you, but we will still punish you. But it's not unto wickedness, I was trying to bring him out to to keep saying. But at the end of the day, this guy confessed to these things, trying to brag. He was doing it that he is a strong man. He was still fooling himself that he's a strong man. That we should wait for him. We should wait for the next move. While we are busy crying that Nnamdi Kanu have not been seen in the DSS or seen anywhere.
He's not even talking about Nnamdi Kanu freedom.
No, he is telling me that we should ask them in DSS what happened to them since last week and thereabout. Yes, he's boasting about it. We should ask those in DSS what is happening to them. So that is why can't their barristers see them? Why can't their kinsmen see them? So it's nothing. He's not hiding it. He's telling me now that he's very connected. That none of us do not do anything. Go and listen to the programs. We tell people, thank God that people who follow you too follow me. Maybe some of them are here now. I don't think many people are free now, and I've not seen many followers today. So I don't know. I don't think there are many.
The program is I don't know whether it is network or that people didn't get notification. Unlike most of our programs,
people are free. They are busy now. I think.
Yes,
maybe
a lot of people are busy
more now. Personal engagement.
Yes.
So this is one and the same thing these guys are doing. Selfishness. P2B and all his followers. It is just about interest. These guys had to follow P2B because when Nnamdi Kanu was taken out, these DOS people gave an impression that they don't know that he's already maybe on Walla or something. So it was to the Igbo people. Okay, since we are not sure about the whereabouts of our leader, let us at least get the Igbo presidency. Maybe with him we can get Onyendu out. Not knowing that that is even the worst thing that will happen to Onyendu for P2B to be there. Because he's a seriously desperate human being.
Yes.
Anything to keep the candle burning for him, it goes. Anything at all. It's not that people think, some people were asking, like Lisa asking, is that P2B, were you born yesterday that you didn't know what happened during the war? Was it? I said, are you older than P2B? But he feels going closer, patronizing all the people. The same P2B was the one that encouraged, till today, support that Obasanjo went to D village and wreaked havoc within Biafra.
Yes, and you know, anything Obasanjo supports, P2B must support, because it is Obasanjo that is giving him the ambers with which he's actually flying. Anything, because you know Obasanjo was there in London to celebrate with Gowon. So P2B have to ride by force, because Obasanjo is the one giving him hope that, don't worry, 2027, everybody will see Tinubu that he has failed. They will give it to you 2027. So P2B's hope is on 2027.
Let him keep dreaming. Let him keep dreaming. Thank God these things happen. He has, at least, I am very sure, I'm not guessing. He has lost today over 60% of the people that from our part, our Biafran part.
Yes. That's why I'm very happy. You understand why I'm happy? I'm happy about that eulogy he wrote for Gowon. It is a win for us.
Yes. You know, God has a way of exposing people. Now, when you see that man, you see the desperation in him. Anything just goes for him to be there. And those people who were clapping for him, oh, he will remove Nnamdi Kanu. The persons will try to remind what happened in Isu River. Today, they understand how desperate this man is.
My brother,
he will do worse than that.
If you see have time, I don't want you to leave. I want you to be patient with me. Let's listen to Kenneth Okonkwo on Arise News. The interview he granted. The interview he granted in support of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Then you ask yourself, is it the same Kenneth Okonkwo that is actually saying this about Gowon? That Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, given the opportunity, would even want to bite Gowon in his nose and throw it away? Let's listen to Kenneth Okonkwo from Arise News. Let's go. Let's listen to Kenneth Okonkwo. Hi, Chineke mere, these people are just evil. Very, very evil, honestly speaking. Wait 1 minute. Who could that be that is calling me? Who is this? Hello? Please, I'm on a live broadcast. I am on a live broadcast. Call me back, okay? All right. Okay, here we go. Let's listen.
Lawyer Kenneth Okonkwo joins us now to discuss the outcome of the Southeast Governors meeting in Enugu State and how to strengthen interstate ties and improve regional security. He will also discuss the anti-grazing bill and restructuring. Thanks so much for joining us on Newsday.
Thank you very much, and thank you viewers for tuning in.
So let's start, with the Southeast Governors meeting. What are your thoughts on their resolve to meet with President Bola Tinubu over Nnamdi Kanu's predicament?
Well, basically, political issues and political prisoners have always been treated in a very different way from the ordinary criminals on the road. When you are in government, you have to display a lot of wisdom in handling political issues. I give you an example. United States had already cornered Julian Assange, the WikiLeaks founder, who they accused of leaking some classified document that embarrassed United States. But they also realized that they had to make a balance between free speech, between the freedom of journalists, and trying to bring a journalist to trial. They know that Russia is holding some of their citizens who are journalists, and they are trying to bring espionage charge against them. Knowing this, they know that even if they bring this man to the United States, they will still, face some backlash. They now went through wisdom and did a plea bargain and released this man from jail and allowed him to get back to Australia. Nnamdi Kanu has not done anything that other people from other zones have not done. We know about Sunday Igboho, of the Yoruba nation agitator. We know of the Boko Haram people that say they want a different country where Western education is an abomination. These people have been released. Not just that they have been released. In the case of Boko Haram, they've been re-assimilated to the society, given plum jobs, even in our military. They've been given money and been resuscitated, reconciled, and rehabilitated. Why is Nnamdi Kanu's case different? There is an ethnic and some unnecessary bias that is keeping that man in jail. The government should be wise enough to release this man. You can use the Julian Assange option. If you don't want to say you are losing face, you can release him conditionally. You can release him unconditionally. As a lawyer, I've watched the legal issues very clearly. And I saw that even in the courts, from the High Court to the Supreme Court, there are discordant tones amongst them. Even in the issue of bail, some of the tier of the courts are granted him bail. Even in the issue of the charges, some tier of the court had quashed all the charges. So you can see that the government has a lot of places it can stand to release the young man and bring peace to the Southeast. He is now more like a political prisoner. I tell you something. The longer Nnamdi Kanu is in prison, the taller he becomes, and the shorter the government becomes. They should take the intelligent way out of this and release him like they did to other people. Rehabilitate him and reconcile him as they are reconciling Southeast completely to the nation.
I'm glad you brought up that Julian Assange case because analysts have been looking into the similarities between these two cases. And what stuck out with me majorly is the fact that Nnamdi Kanu fled bail back in 2017, much like Julian Assange. But what it seems right now is it's more of a political situation with Nnamdi Kanu. With Julian Assange, it seemed that the potentness or the pungentness of his crimes seemed to deteriorate as the world grew and as time went on and more leaks like this happened. In the case of Nnamdi Kanu, some could argue that him staying in jail, of course, it's unfortunate, but him being released would also lead to some unintended consequences in terms of an escalation of violence. This is allegedly, etc., and the reigniting of his followers who seem to be scattered all over the world and seem to be a bit of a thorn in the flesh of individuals who have been suffering the sit-at-home orders and all the other violence that has come about. How will they be able to balance those two equations of keeping him in jail, which is worse, keeping him in jail or letting him out and potential violence escalating? What are your thoughts on that?
my thought is this. I brought the Julian Assange issue just to tell you that the government can use wisdom and bring about situation where they will tell him, you've spent so and so time in detention. Let us count it for you as any punitive measure for whatever they may say he had done. Allow him to plead to any minor offense that will suit that number of times he has already stayed and release him. That's why I brought the Julian Assange. That's wisdom. Then secondly, you can release him conditionally and tell him, look, this will bring crisis if we release you. No responsible government will say, let us release you when we have not gotten a commitment from you that you will no longer go along this line. The young man had said that he is willing to negotiate, that he is willing to talk. So you talk to him, that is releasing him conditionally. Then the third one is releasing him unconditionally. So you have a choice, but the three of them will land in releasing him. The most important thing is that the government checks the cost-benefit analysis in whatever it is doing. And I can tell you that the benefit of releasing him, if you can make him to get commitment on what you want him to do after releasing him, will be better than keeping him. Because keeping him has not solved the security situation in the Southeast. It has not stopped the agitation. As a matter of fact, it is making even the agitation to now be multifaceted, to now be unknown. That's why you hear the unknown gunman. So it's more difficult to tackle. So releasing him, in my own opinion, will be better off now than keeping him. The benefit of releasing him will be better than the cost. So you negotiate with him, know the best option, and release him.
Now, Mr. Okonkwo is talking about the issue of security. The governors also resolved to tackle insecurity in the Southeast, but that's a bit vague when we consider what's been happening in that region over the years. So what measures would you advise must be taken by the governors, the federal government, to tackle insecurity in Southeast Nigeria?
I've always said, I'm sorry to say it, that the governors can only make promises, but they do not have what it takes to enforce their promise. That's why I'm talking about state police. Because the police we have now answers to the Inspector General of Police. And
I think it has, he has said basically what I wanted him to say. But the fact, I want you to say something on that compared to what he's now saying, because we know what Nnamdi Kanu represents. We know what he represents. He himself knows what Nnamdi Kanu represents. So if he knows all these things and he was fighting for speaking in favor of Nnamdi Kanu, then all of a sudden, a man who is an arch enemy of Nnamdi Kanu, has gotten that kind of statement from him that he will fight if anything happens to Nigeria. That if anybody comes in the of Nigeria, it's the same Nigeria that have perpetrated this crime on Nnamdi Kanu. So it doesn't balance at all. So what kind of a man is this guy?
Don't stress yourself trying to analyze a man who chooses living in bondage over being a free man. So don't stress your head. The issue is that if you follow even he's trying to defend Nnamdi Kanu, in one way or the other, he's still trying to rope him in, bringing the Julian Assange and bringing the Boko Harams to place side by side. It's indictment. An obvious terror group that have inflicted severe pain in their society. You are comparing with a man who is operating within the confines of law, a man whose action, even when the government of Nigeria has lobbied the international bodies to see him as a terrorist, nobody is courageous enough to take that kind of shameless measure to us. That he is a lawyer. That is why sometimes I doubt the potency of their claims.
I'm telling you.
Because you can't, if you defend a client and you are making this kind of argument, you will imprison your client by yourself.
Yes, exactly.
It is only Sunday Igboho that you can try to liken to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in all the 3 instances he made. Trying to bring Boko Haram. People that the evidence of their terror is staring in their faces. That even when they were conscripted into the military, they still had to make away with the arms of the military. Don't you confirm it last week? 30 of the Boko Haram. Don't you remember that news last week?
Exactly. Yeah, I remember.
In the military, the conscripted, they repented, so to say, Boko Haram. They still had to run away. Now, this guy is also confirming before you again here that even the governor that he's mentioning, they cannot enforce anything. They can only make promises. This guy is now also telling you that governors who cannot even keep any promise, keep any of the policies they make to the people, they propose to the people, then he is also proposing that you give them surrender, give them state police that is under inspector. How much, when they are not in charge of this security totally, they are committing what can only be associated to terror. Then you surrender the police to them totally. The state is not working. There is no part of the national life that is working. What you have just confirmed again, that courts have even freed this man. The courts have freed this man. And you are also now the same, you advocating, okay, they can also give him on condition or give him without condition. What kind of lawyer is speaking? It's inconsistency. A lawyer who knows his onion. Don't you see how Barrister Ejimako said that Barrister Ejimako shunned Ohaneze? He said, you might mean well, oh, but you can't be indicting yourself trying to claim that you mean well. When you are going to seek for forgiveness or pardon, pardon means this person committed crime, but you are forgiving him. But you know the truth is that this person did not. Your own law. There is what I have always used this in my program. There is this legal maxim we call Nemo Judas in Kashishwa. You cannot be a judge in your own case.
Your own case.
But Nnamdi Kanu say, okay, let me surrender to your own court. Your own court still indicted you by yourself. When 3 people or 2 people are fighting, no member of no part, you and I, Van, we are fighting. I cannot tell you to mediate in the fight between me and you. There should be a third party. But in this case, I allowed you to mediate, and you indicted yourself, passed judgment against yourself, and there have been 9 different judgments. And this man who says he's a barrister, where is his chamber?
He is not even defending the legal system. Where okay, that means you just went to school and collected title of a legal practitioner, and look at how dilapidated and how corrupt, how untrustworthy that legal practitioner, that legal system that you are supposed to be representing. Look at how it is. Before you there, you're supposed to be defending the legal practitioner. Now look, legally this man has defeated you. You don't have anything to hold against him. He's not talking about it. He's talking about begging or trying to, use this style. You can use this style. How about the law that you represent?
Even this Julia of America that he's bringing in, there is what we call ecology. Ecology, that is our field. There's in ecology in political sciences or law too. When you are making instances, it must be instances that relate. You don't just bring anything because you just want people to know that you watch news. You bring this one from here. These things are not in the same environment. It's not even on the same related issue. This is a man that believes in America, but he's leaking American information to another country, which try to demean the American integrity. Yeah. But he still believes in America. He's still an American person. Yeah. This is a freedom fighter who told you that this state has been rotten. Yeah. In fact, human beings deserve not to live in this state. He don't believe in this system again. This is an entirely different thing. A barrister is making this kind of comparison. This man's own treason is obvious. This one belongs to the state. is fighting against the state. Nnamdi Kanu is a Biafran. He's even telling you he was not even born in Nigeria.
Yes.
He was born the time that the status changed. So there is no kind of legal justification. There is not even conventional justification to anything they are doing. There is no way, no angle you want to look at it. There is no angle you want to look at it that can hold any water. And okay, he's telling you that these agitations has now, even when he knows all this, he is still advocating to live in bondage.
To live in bondage. Can you imagine? Because these are enough reasons, very genuine reasons for you to say, man, people like him are just to show you that he is just living for the camera, just to come out and be in the front line. Because if he is a genuine person that actually believes in that particular legal system that he wants to follow in his life, if it's what he believes in, my brother, look at somebody like Dele to me that we're talking about. Do you know that Dele, because of the corruption,
the impunity in the system,
he refused to practice law. He's a lawyer now. He's a lawyer.
He was a practicing lawyer. He said he can't associate himself to this kind of, that it makes him feel less human to be member of this kind of judicial system.
Yes, he refused to show you that this is a man that have conscience.
This is not a quack lawyer. Delivery to me is not this kind of he is a very, when he brings logics, when that man faces you with logics, you will run. When I see him, I see Nnamdi Kanu.
Honestly, he's a very, very intelligent guy. I like listening to him. Very intelligent guy. And somebody that have conscience enough to face a situation and tell you this is what the situation is like. He's one person that will tell you that this government is very corrupt. And that is why he, in his own genuine mind and sincere mind, he believed that, look, because P2B was actually coming out to, to challenge this status quo, that he was going to be genuine. But up till now, I give it to Dele that he's not the type that wants to be jumping here and there, because he believes that, let me even see the end of what this man believes in. Okay, yes. He doesn't want there to be bloodshed. He wants to. He was just giving it to him. But at the end of the day, you will see when that Dele will see the end of all these things. You will see what he will the point he will make about P2B. P2B will shoot himself on the leg. So that Dele will see him and say,
of course. Even with this letter to go on, I think he somehow responded to it somewhere. That very day he was in an interview. I think he was an interview. He has somehow reacted to it. He just had a different perspective. He's finding a way to not to leave P2B now. He said something about P2B. He said it's not that P2B is an angel, that he is just better than these other criminals. That's his own stance, and he's more youthful, age. And he also, yes, everybody knows, P2B is a very smart person. P2B will also say, go here, say thank you. He is a very smart person. And he knows his way around every situation. That's why when he knows Soludo was about to finish him, he just came with a smart comment. You are my elder brother now. No need of free fighting. Anyone I cannot do well. You do it. The money you have more than me. I am only a trader. And you think he's a very smart man because he knows that Soludo has the document of office. Yes. Every in and out of cash flow in Anambra State, if you want one from 1999, Soludo will give you because he's also a criminal. And he's a very strong economist, everybody knows. Anything that any cash flow from Anambra Treasury, he knows. If you want to fall as an Anambra ex-governor, go and insult Soludo. If you want to be in Krikiri in the next 1 month, insult him so that you see the lies you told people. Why he is being gentle is because he's still busy taking his own too. He's stealing his own. So that is the system Kenneth Okonkwo. Kenneth Okonkwo and his kind, they want to come in and take their own. So this is where they want the millions of Biafran people to remain. Steal your own. Then in 200 years' time, how many of you will be in that circle of power? So out of almost 300 million, because in the next 10 years, Nigeria will be definitely more than 300 million people. If not this kind of higher death rates now. Now, you are not sure there will be up to even 500,000 people that would enjoy this money that is flowing in the circle. So that is a society of 300 million. Then maybe 500,000 people will be only the people. I mean, they are with their extended family. So they'll be the only people that will have a very good life. And the kind of money you have. Let me even shock you. Do you know that this bitumen that is used for road construction? Do you know when you hear about Ogoni pollution, or they should come and clear, Ajib should come and clear the shores of Niger Delta is dirty. Do you know what dirty is it? This is a product from crude. After extracting this first product, second product, this is a leftover. This black is the black from this black gold. Bitumen is wasting in our land. Wow. But we don't have any motorable road in our land.
With that thing they are supposed to clean is actually useful. It's
yes.
What you use for bitumen. Wow.
That is when you see trucks from China or containers, they are coming to load. They tell you want to do cleanup today. They will load these things and put in the water and go freely.
Wow.
Where it is produced, we don't have any motorable road. I mean in Biafra, I mean in River State, you can only have motorable road networks in the basic cities. Wike was still boasting that is as rich as River State is. Ogoniland is Saba doing campaign with road in this millennium, 24th century, boasting of you want to put 4 kilometers road, and people should clap for your achievement. That is what we will do in 24th century. People, Burkina Faso have shot before December. You hear the completion of the project. They are going to the sky. They are going to the space. Burkina Faso, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
River State is 4 times richer than Burkina Faso as a country.
Yes.
If you see the medical facility in Burkina Faso on completion stage now, we need to go, Pastor Van Van Van. We just need to go. We don't belong here.
Honestly, that's why I am grateful to Chukwu Okike that we are in good hands. Believe you me, we're in good hands. And after this December 2nd, you know, some of these fulefus that are just saying, let us see how you restore Biafra on December 2nd. You know, most of them, because of the evil in them, while we will be fighting these enemies that will come, because that is when the gates of hell will be opened against the zoo. Some of them will become, you know, because, you know, that time we won't even care about their collateral, them being the collateral damage. Because anybody that will stand on the Biafra way, if you like, it become the collateral damage, we don't care. Because that time, because the gates of hell will be opened against the zoo. Believe you me. Because then, Nigeria foreigner Biafra land. No, forget. Honestly.
So, when I tell you not to give yourself a headache over people that wants to live in bondage, I mean it, because they are not worth giving too much time. I don't like to give that guy time. I don't just like him. He's too desperate. We have many politicians that are doing bad things, but him particularly, he's too desperate. He thought P2B already became the president. In fact, you saw his comment.
Yes, so that's all.
He doesn't mind whose horse is God. He can insult the grave of his mama to make sure.
Recently, he was supporting Fubara, whom you know you know, the dirtiness of their political game. Fubara was the product of Wike. Now, Fubara, as corrupt as he was with Wike, is now, because he learned Wike's way, he want to fight Wike. He was this criminal-minded lawyer called Kenneth Okonkwo was applauding Fubara. The Fubara is doing it well. This is what Peter Obi should have done. Because you can see, for Kenneth Okonkwo, by crook or by hook, the end justifies the means. He doesn't care whether you.
He said it even in Arise TV now. He said it, that this is the way to go. That Peter Obi is too cold for his liking. He will go and say, no, easy. This one. Now, Delefaro to me, when they invited Delefaro to me to respond, to react to that, he said everybody has his own opinion, but to him, you cannot, that means you are not genuine when you say you are with Peter Obi, because if you say Peter Obi, and you still want Peter Obi to do the same despotic approach, to use the same hawkish approach, that is aggression, the bulliest mentality, then what are you running away from? That is true. That means to you, it's just about going to power. Just that means you are the same thing with the people you say you want to change.
It shows that he is worse. He is desperate to be a real
Delefaro to me was reacting. It's not my own opinion. It's Delefaro to me.
I know. What we are bringing out is that for you to know that he is a real Nigerian. He wants to be a Nigerian, a full criminal, a full-time criminal.
No, when you see all of them, till tomorrow, everybody can say, yes, Peter Obi is better than them. Yes, that is the truth. But he is still one of them. It is just about comparing this dark pot. This one is a little lesser darker. This one is even more dark. This one is worse dark. So this is comparing between the dark pots. Otherwise, you can't tell anybody why you are in a place. You said you are not willing, you are not ready to fight the foundation of the problem you are confessing today. I'm talking about Peter Obi now. In his interviews, he said, and he mean it. Some people say, no, now, are you expecting him to say it now? When he go there, he know he will fight them. He said, I am not going to fight anybody. What I do is that I will close all the doors for the corruption. So you close the door after 4 years or after 8 years, the door will remain open and even get wider. Because even the Bible said, when those demons that left see the hole remaining there after a while, they will come back with more 7,000 demons.
Yes. Then
and that has remained the case of Nigeria.
The last part of that person will be worse than the beginning. The last part of that person will be worse than the beginning. So it would have been better you didn't even show up at all, because you show up, you do your 8 years, and then you leave. Then the door will now open again. The demons will now come.
When I engage them, I ask them, all of you have confessed here that when Yaradua was doing good. I say, said, okay. And that's a Fulani man. Say, it's okay. See, when Jonathan was there, things were pretty better. But some of you still said Yaradua was better. Okay. Jonathan left. You began to cry, wolf, wolf, wolf. That is Buhari. And today, every day now is end hunger. That people will even start to realize Mado as food, because the hunger is not what anybody ever dreamt would be possible. Then this one will leave now, okay? Then it will. So, to what generation will it get and it choke you? You say, no, I'm done. Since you know that this is a systemic something, remove Tinubu there today. Tinubu is not your problem. Tinubu can only do what he is doing because the system allows for that.
Exactly. So it's not about who is the president or who enters there. It is about the system. And that is what must go down. It is about Nigeria, the country, the foundation. Even the Bible says, if the foundation be broken. How did the Bible say it? How will
if the foundation is not removed, what will the righteous do?
What will the righteous do? There's a way the Bible said it.
If the foundation is not removed, So now, what can you see that you want to say, okay, because of this one, let us manage? Is it the academic? Is it the civil service? Is it even the health sector? It's becoming the worst. Where will Kenneth Okonkwo, where will Peter Obi say, if I want to start even working? Peter Obi, Kenneth Okonkwo, if you say, I want to start working, from where do you want to start? You want to start from the academic sector? The corruption, the impunity, is it in the medical sector? Or do you want to go to even the religious sector, which has become even the very worst? You talk of where do you want to start working? Because the Bible will say, where do I have to start work? And when Elijah came, Elijah said, I asked the woman, what do you have in the house at all? Because God needs to start. What do you have? God cannot just do, you must have something. Where do we start? The woman said, oh, I have a grain of flour. I have this one. Say, okay, bring it. Do you have some cruises in the business cruise in your house? Bring them. God must work with. There must be a place to start working.
Yes.
Nigeria, where do you want to start? In the police? In the army? In the Air Force? Where do you want to start working? Even a country that has lasted 60 years and officially, they are still learning on military and what do you call it? A fighting approach. And they would do, they say this helicopter crashed, and they say this other one crashed. They were doing assault to this training. And that's the stage you are in after 60 years. Wait, this is a theater of comedy.
Yes.
Honestly, you don't know where they can, where it is in Nigeria now that you in the Nollywood. Where do you want to start? The story you hear is that, oh, this guy want to join. If you don't, if the director don't have up to 28 tons over your laps, you will not be. Where do you want to start in this country? You sing your song or your entertainment, no copyright laws to regulate, nothing. Nothing. Where do you want to start correcting the endemic decadence? It is too rooted, it is too deep-seated that it is so difficult for anybody to, no matter the, Peter Obi said, after maybe you search it, I have followed that Peter Obi very well. He said the vehicle before the 20, that was 2019, he said a vehicle whose engine is knocked, that even if you bring an angel from heaven, it cannot move the vehicle. So that the question of Nigeria is not about who becomes the next president. That time, he didn't know he was coming to be the president.
Okay.
Only for us to see Peter Obi fly his ring. He said Nigeria is like a vehicle whose engine is knocked. That we should stop talking about the election now. We should try to fix then. Who do you want to fix it? How do you want to do the fixing? What is your numeric strength in terms of representation? Who will do the discussing? In the parliament, Abi?
You know one terrible thing about people that are following what is happening in the zoo, and yet they still keep their mind on Nigeria. Someone like Peter Obi that you want to bank your hope on. A man that knows that insecurity have ravaged the zoo and that, you know, terrorism has become the problem. Now he wants to become president. Who did he go to seek support? He went to Gumi. Gumi, a man who cannot fight them. You can't fight them. That even if you want to do anything, you have to negotiate with them. You have to talk with. These are people that already have an orientation of Sharia, and nobody can change it. And now this man you are seeking support from, he has already, you know, concluded that, look, before you do anything, you have to agree with me that you cannot find these people. So that means Peter wants to become a president that will not do anything about Boko Haram. I will not find them. Okay. But we negotiate with them, we'll be at peace with them. Then how will you be able to
see? The whole thing is very crazy. Honestly, sometimes it's not funny because you want to be the president. One of your primus assignment is giving security to lives and property. And you are not willing to clamp down on the terrorists. It is easier for you to come to fight your own people. You don't want to talk about them even.
At all.
So,
that's why I refuse to delete. I refuse to delete this picture. I will keep this picture until Biafra comes. You see this picture? This man, Peter Obi, went to seek his support. He said, I will vote for Peter Obi if he assures me he can adequately handle issues of agitation and restructuring of the country. Now, Peter Obi, he said, so Peter Obi can visit Shegumi, but can't visit Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, this is Bere TV writing this. But look at Peter Obi with cool mind. He needs support from this man that has, you know, an orientation of Boko Haram is not a terrorist. Bandits are your friends. They are like people like you. You can't fight them. They are our food soldiers.
Peter Obi already said that too now. You don't know when he said it. He just said it. Yes, now. He said, it's just what he just said. A man who believes in wasting millions of people is the terrorist worse than that person? Yakubu, go on. Yakubu, go on. Peter Obi going to tell you, you did not read what Peter Obi wrote to him, the eulogist.
I didn't quite read it all. I know I just saw it because the thing was so annoying. You know, he even came back to explain why. He came back to explain why he had to, you know, write, and because he knew that the people blasted him everywhere. Imagine you go greet person finish, they come blast you, come, they explain why.
You go explain tire now. You go explain. Oh. No, see, this man, that's why some people think it's a mistake or it's not. It's a premeditated action. It's not, Peter Obi is too conscious to make that kind of mistake. He just want to be in their good page.
Yeah.
Coming, oh, if that man had even been their president, they foresee Shege. They foresee Shege. And if for sweet me, they foresee Shege. Because what they were thinking.
This one that Tinubu is, people are crying Tinubu. If Peter Obi near, had it been Peter Obi near there, hey, people don't know what God did for them, that they are even able to talk about fuel now, and they are even buying fuel 1,000 something. They think it is bad. Had it been Peter Obi entered there, God, what they would have done to you?
That is that hypocrisy I don't like about these obedience. The person you are following, you are making excuses for him, but he already told you what he wants to do. He said, no, now you expect him to say this as well. This man said, I am coming to remove the subsidy. Tell me in the country where he's making, go and verify. Tell me the country that doesn't subsidize major commodity, things that people use every day. Because when the economy is somehow, the state must come up, step up to douse the harshness of the economy so that it will not go to affect the daily life of the populace. Government is about human being.
Yes.
You are removing subsidy in the situation that the people find themselves. You want to remove subsidy. Why is the subsidy in the first place? Because you know that this is the major product that affects every other price of goods and services in the country. Once you go that area, it must immediately reflect within 24 hours. You will remove subsidy. Tinubu don't go do expo now, help and do them. Copy. You do the expo, sharp. Are you removing subsidy that you don't know that the essence of subsidy is that you are exporting these products overseas to refine? And the military gave you refineries that up to 3 or 4 major refineries. You did not tell anybody that in my first 2 months, I will revive 3 or 2 refineries to start work. There won't be need subsidizing even. Because naturally, this is our own product home here. So we don't even need to, we need to refine it here so that it will be more cheaper than it was. This produce used to be sold at 9 naira before. Okay, considering the economic reality, let us say we are selling it now, maybe no more 65 naira. Let it be sold at maybe 150. and you see how it will affect the prices of goods and services in the country. But no. He said he will not go to touch the tail of the tiger because he know that Tinubu and his likes, they have refineries all over the world. They take this thing, you say you're paying subsidy, it goes to their pocket, they now bring it back, ending up spending this money because the cruise that you use to transport it doesn't belong to Tinubu. So the country's money in one way or the other leak out to outside. The same thing that you will not see in Russia. Why will Russia export their oil to be refined this way? And you are saying, oh, till today, you are buying cartridge. Cartridge can they use? Till today. I saw the military, they went to Onitsha and Delta, a local gun manufacturing company. Oh, this one will go to live jail. If there is human being in them, the thing that developed nations do, they will get these people and tell them how long they will serve. They will punish them. Or are they going to cooperate with the state? The state will fund them. They will produce officially under the regulation of the state. These things they produce are things you go to buy, and you will still buy tomorrow. Why not? That is the same thing like they are fighting bunkers, people doing bunkering. Now you say they went to Oklahoma, they went, oh, this bunkering. Because the clique of the boys that work with those army, according to expositions, and before Asare and the other people, we already know about it. I did program with it. Instead of bringing these boys with expertise, this is what Senator Ben Bruce said about 12 years ago, or some 12 years ago when he was a senator. Senator Ben Bruce, you remember him?
Yeah. The silver buyer.
He said it in the National Assembly. He said, why Nigeria? He said it, oh, I'm not trying to put word to him. He said, why Nigeria? Because Nigeria refused to grow. Nigeria refused to develop. It's a premeditated, because they know the people that will make Nigeria work. He said it. I'm not trying to bring it up. Oh. He said that you know that these Igbo people we are fighting, that if you bring them in, everything you buy outside, the Igbo man will produce it for you. That's what Ben Bruce said. Maybe you need to go and look for that clip. Yes, he said if you are the way you are despising Igbo people, you know they are the people that hold the key to developing this country. If you really mean to develop the country, it is only them. Now during the war, they were producing these mega machines, this war equipment. So how much more for the past 54 years? If the government had said, okay, we have let's lay down our differences, the reconciliation, rehabilitation, and reconstructions. Okay, we have brought this. Let us now incorporate you fully. You still suffocated them and they are still thriving. You are still trying to bring them down. If you bring these scientists that did these things 54 years ago, what do you think they will be doing now? That time, China was not producing things. So China will be coming here to buy from us.
Exactly.
But because of this deep-seated hatred, I'm stealing your show. Let me not talk too much, sir, please.
No, well, I just feel like we should just round it up. And I really appreciate the fact that you joined me. And, you know, it would have been so boring if I was alone. Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Dear friends, we have enjoyed the time with my beloved brother, Mazi Chooks. Awesome. Thank you so much, Mazi.
All right.
Wonderful. Nice one. All right. If you just joined us, share this program because I'm going to leave it here. And by the grace of God, I will be back tomorrow morning. Before then, let me quickly give you jingle for the fundraising that will be coming up on Saturday. On Saturday, Eze Amunobi they will be hosting the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. So listen to this. This is the jingle. Saturday, 3 p.m. Biafra time.
Biafra is only asked for. Bring up the cannon now. Bring up the cannon now.
Great Biafrans living all over the world, kindly listen to this special announcement from Chief Odinawata Chiezamruno, the Chief Admin of Biafra is our home and our religion, alongside the group members, are humbly inviting His Excellency the Prime Minister of Biafran Republic Government in Exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa, in a well-decorated event which we hold on the 26th of October 2024. Also, it is a Zoom meeting that is open to every Biafran and lovers of freedom around the world. At 3 p.m. Biafran time, because it's going to be informative, interactive, and freedom-driven section with our Honorable Prime Minister. Always don't forget, so much towards the declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra this year. It is Biafran First, Biafran Exodus, Biafran Self-Referendum.
All right, thank you. And then there is another announcement from the office of the Chief of Staff, Biafra Republic Government in Exile. It says, greetings, Biafra Republic Government in Exile members in the USA. The PAC Directors Group has been dissolved, and anyone in their Telegram group should exit the group immediately and await further instructions. Any Biafran in any Telegram group for PAC directors, whether in the board of directors or the general group, should leave the group immediately. All North and South American administrators, please take note and withdraw all your representatives from the PAC group. Please contact me if you need more clarifications. Thanks. Chief of Staff, Biafra Republic Government in Exile. And the telephone number to contact is 770-3297-339. This particular announcement is for Biafrans in the USA. Let me repeat it again. For Biafrans in the USA. And I think I would only that it is not. Let me see. Is there a way to enlarge it? Yeah, but it is the same thing I'm reading. But let me just see. It says greetings. Let me enlarge it. 1 minute. All right. Even if I enlarge it, I cannot broaden it. Greetings, Biafra members in the USA. The PAC Directors Group has been dissolved, and anyone in their Telegram group should exit the group immediately and wait further instructions. Any Biafran in any Telegram group for PAC directors, whether in the board of directors or the general group, should leave the group immediately. All North and South American administrators, please take note and withdraw all your representatives from the PAC group. Please contact me. Please contact me if you need more clarification. Thanks. Chief of Staff, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, 7703-297339. Yes? Hello? Yes? Good day. I'm on a live program. Are you aware? Okay. Call me back in the next 10 minutes, please. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow morning. Catch your phone.
You don't say to mama, you don't read. Says the tracking angel. You don't boast to mama, you don't cut. Now chain you the cut. Okay, now make I use my microscope, scan a reality, scan nigga area Biafra phobia mentality. See, set Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free. One war. They don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra. Most I Jaja bless Biafra. Chukukika Biama bless Biafra. Conscientiousness bless Biafra. Biafra. started in 1804 by Uthman Danfodio. Rinom go be to Sokoto. Sir Amadou Bello. They massacred the Hausa, Marili and Pura. What about the Shua? Zamfara and Adamawa. Referendum is the voice of everyone. Real freedom, Yahweh must be done on the land. Simon, they don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is the scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Mosai Jaja bless Biafra. Chukwokika Biama bless. Conscientiousness bless Biafra. They tried by the Kanuris. These reckless Fulanis. They conquered the Lorraine. Fooling. They killing in Benue every day. Niger State and Plateau State every day. The whole of Middle State every day. Our move, don't do. Say we move, but now we move. They don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is the scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Mosai Jaja bless Biafra. Chukwokika Biama bless Biafra. Conscientiousness bless Biafra. We know that they are the terrorists, like the man called Shegumi, terrorist. Gabe Sheva Dexinabiomi, terrorist. Isa Ali Ibrahim Batami, terrorist. Boko Haram in the army, terrorist. They stop the people from farming, terrorist. Abubakar Malami, terrorist. Mainstream media swami, terrorist. Now we have more sellers than buyers. Information minister liar. Mr. like Mohammed and liar. The truth is Biafra's fire. They don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Mosai Jaja bless. Chukwokika Biama bless. Conscientiousness bless Biafra. They can come into Biafra land, run them out of the land, run them out now. Yo, divided nations, decent, playing their bloody games against Biafra with the AU, all the same. What a shame, such a pain. Nnamdi Kanu says Biafra, he comes away, Biafra. Black people worldwide say Biafra, Marcus gave away. Biafra.